I also, somewhat more controversially, would involve the judiciary in the plea bargain process earlier. This is now forbidden in the federal system. There's a rule that says judges can't get involved. And in a way, I think that's kind of strange. Here it is, 90% of the system, and yet judges are not allowed to be involved in it. And I think if judges could get involved much earlier, as they do in a few states, Connecticut and Florida, for example, you would get fairer results and more results that, as was pointed out, are closer to the merits, the real merits of the case.
I guess one area where I think we need to be perhaps focusing even more resources is on policing. Judge Rakoff was talking about why is it that we're not seeing a reduction in incarceration rates for young men who are African American. I think one of the possible explanations for that is that we're seeing particularly in the last 6 months or so, a startling increase in crime rates in inner city areas such as the south and west sides of Chicago. Beginning in the last week of May, homicide rates in Chicago increased by 50%, 50%. The vast majority of those victims, 85% or more, are African American descent, and many of them are also young males. And so when you have high victimization rates, you are going to inevitably have high incarceration rates. And I think then the question is, what can we do to fight the scourge of crime? Because if we fight the scourge of crime, then we won't have to, of course, incarcerate as many people.
In some ways, what we've built for ourselves isn't a system that just convicts everybody. It's a system that's designed to convict. And I just don't see, I don't see how we can fix it just for innocent people. I don't think that that's possible. And I'll add one last thing just to be a total joy kill here. I agree with my former colleague, Professor Cassell, that we should care an awful lot more about guilt and innocence. The problem is the system that we've built is designed to allow that to be bargained away. In the state of Arizona, which has a strong libertarian streak, they passed some really robust criminal discovery bills where criminal defendants could get basically open file discovery as soon as they were indicted. So as soon as they had a preliminary hearing or the prosecutor went to a grand jury. So what did they do? They started arresting people and offering them deals that were only good up until they got indicted. That's what happens in Arizona now. Maricopa County, that's the big county where Phoenix is, they actually have a specialized court just to process plea bargains of people who haven't yet been indicted. So they set up a system designed to circumvent discovery rules, which I'm sure Professor Cassell would agree with me. If we want to sort the innocent from the guilty, we probably need to know what the evidence is. And yet, everyone in the system goes along with it because we've stopped thinking about a criminal trial as a moment to sort the innocent from the guilty. We just think of it as a moment in time where we're processing people from people who happen to have been arrested to people who are now convicted.